In this video, we create a place of remembrance, honoring those who've recently left us and reflecting on the lasting influence they gave the world. Alongside these tributes, we also celebrate the legendary career of Roman Reigns, whose unmatched legacy continues to inspire wrestling fans everywhere. Subscribe today and be part of a community that treasures these unforgettable stories.
Emily Dole, born on September 28, 1957, was an American athlete, actress, and professional wrestler, best remembered for her time in the Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling, Glow, where she performed under the name Mountain Fiji, or simply Mount Fiji. A natural athlete from a young age, Dole graduated from Cypress High School in 1976, where she made her mark as a standout in shot put, reaching an impressive distance of 50.5 feet. Her remarkable performance earned her 2 Amateur Athletic Union (AAU) awards in 1975. One for achieving the second-best throw in the nation's women's division, and another for ranking first in the junior division. Dole's talent took her all the way to the U.S. Olympic trials, where she placed 5th in 1976 and 7th in 1980, proving herself among the country's top competitors. Before stepping into the wrestling ring, she appeared in the 1982 film Personal Best, alongside Mariel Hemingway, which spotlighted elite female athletes. In 1985, Dole joined the original cast of Glow, where her strength, size, and charisma made her an instant fan favorite. Weighing around 350 pounds, she towered over her castmates, engaging in memorable rivalries, most famously with Matilda the Hun. Despite the over-the-top storylines, Dole's undefeated streak became legendary. Even knocking her off her feet was considered a major event. Her wrestling fame led to appearances on television shows like Hard Time on Planet Earth, Mama's Family and Son-in-Law, as well as a 1988 appearance on Card Sharks. Emily Dole passed away at age 60, but her legacy as a trailblazer in women's sports and wrestling entertainment continues to inspire generations. New Jack, born Jerome Young on January 3, 1963, in Greensboro, North Carolina, was one of the most unforgettable figures in professional wrestling. Known for his fearless, extreme style and larger-than-life persona, he became a defining face of hardcore wrestling in the 1990s. His rise to fame came through Extreme Championship Wrestling, ECW, where he embodied the raw, unpredictable, and often chaotic spirit that made the promotion legendary. Debuting in 1992, New Jack quickly stood out for his intensity and authenticity. Alongside his tag team partner, Mustafa Syed, he formed the gangsta-themed duo, the Gangstas, a team that broke barriers by blending street culture, race, and social commentary into wrestling storylines. Their promos were gritty and unapologetic, reflecting the harsh realities of life outside the ring and connecting deeply with fans who appreciated New Jack's realness. Inside the ring, New Jack became infamous for his high-risk dives, violent brawls, and willingness to blur the line between performance and reality. However, his career wasn't without controversy. One of the most talked-about incidents came in 2004, when a match with a young wrestler, Eric Koulis, went terribly wrong, sparking debates about safety and responsibility in wrestling. Despite the turbulence, New Jack remained a cult hero. After ECW folded, he continued performing across the independent circuit and appeared in promotions like TNA and XPW. He also featured in several documentaries, offering unfiltered insights into his life in the world of hardcore wrestling. New Jack passed away in 2021, but his legacy endures, a bold, complex, and uncompromising performer who redefined what it meant to be extreme in professional wrestling. Melissa Coates, born on June 18, 1971, was a remarkable athlete and entertainer whose passion and resilience left a lasting mark on the world of professional wrestling. Known to many fans as Thunder Kitty, Coates carved out a name for herself through a rare combination of strength, determination, and charm that set her apart both inside and outside the ring. Before stepping into the squared circle, Coates built an impressive reputation as a professional bodybuilder, winning several championships and earning respect for her dedication to fitness and perseverance. Her transition into wrestling felt natural. She brought the same intensity and drive that had fueled her bodybuilding success. Over the years, she competed in numerous promotions, including World Wrestling Entertainment, WWE, and various independent circuits, gaining admiration for her athleticism and larger-than-life personality. Melissa wasn't just known for her power, she was celebrated for her heart. Whether she was performing in high-energy matches or connecting with fans after a show, she radiated positivity and authenticity. She also used her platform to advocate for women in sports and to push for greater equality in a male-dominated industry. Outside the ring, Coates was open about her personal challenges, becoming a passionate advocate for mental health awareness. Her courage in sharing her own struggles inspired countless others to seek help and embrace vulnerability as strength. Tragically, Melissa Coates passed away at the age of 50, leaving behind a legacy defined by courage, compassion, and an unbreakable spirit. She is fondly remembered not only as a fierce competitor, but as a warm, genuine soul who inspired others to chase their dreams fearlessly. Her impact continues to resonate throughout the wrestling community today. Jarrett, born on September 4, 1942, in Nashville, Tennessee, was one of the most influential figures in professional wrestling history. Known for his sharp business mind, creative vision, and deep love for the sport, Jarrett's legacy continues to shape wrestling even after his passing at the age of 80. His journey began in the early 1960s when he stepped into the ring as a wrestler, but it didn't take long for him to discover his true calling behind the scenes. Jarrett had an unmatched eye for storytelling and talent development, and his work as a promoter would soon redefine Southern wrestling. In 1977, he teamed up with Jerry the King Lawler to create the Memphis wrestling promotion, an organization that became legendary in the wrestling world. Together, they brought fans unforgettable storylines, intense rivalries, and a unique blend of drama and athleticism that made Memphis a wrestling hotbed. Jarrett's creative approach, mixing realism with emotional storytelling, became a blueprint for how wrestling could truly connect with its audience. Beyond Memphis, Jarrett's influence reached far and wide. He played a vital role in nurturing countless stars who would go on to achieve global fame. Even in the late 1990s, when many thought his best years were behind him, Jarrett helped lay the foundation for Total Nonstop Action Wrestling, TNA, giving fans a fresh alternative and wrestlers a new platform to shine. Jarrett will always be remembered as more than a promoter. He was a visionary who understood what made wrestling special: heart, drama, and passion. His contributions built the foundation for generations of performers, ensuring his spirit will always live on in the world he helped create. Leati Joseph Anoa'i, known to the world as Roman Reigns, was born on May 25, 1985, in Pensacola, Florida. Growing up in the legendary Anoa'i wrestling dynasty, he was surrounded by greatness from birth. His family tree reads like a who's who of wrestling royalty: The Rock, Yokozuna, Rikishi, and the Usos, all of whom helped shape the sport across generations. Wrestling wasn't just a career option in the Anoa'i household. It was a calling, a cultural heritage passed down through generations. Yet before he ever stepped between the ropes, Roman's first love was football. He excelled as a defensive tackle at Pensacola Catholic High School and went on to play at Georgia Tech, where his strength and work ethic stood out. Though his football career took him briefly into the NFL and CFL, fate had other plans. Injuries derailed his path on the gridiron, but rather than viewing it as failure, Roman saw it as a redirection, a twist of destiny that would lead him to an even greater stage. What began as disappointment soon became the foundation for one of the most iconic careers in WWE history. The road to WWE and the birth of a star. Roman's professional wrestling journey began in 2010 when he signed with WWE's developmental territory, Florida Championship Wrestling, FCW. Wrestling under the name Leaky, he spent his early years refining his in-ring craft and learning from veterans. The early days weren't glamorous. Small crowds, long hours, and countless lessons. But Roman's discipline and natural charisma set him apart. His breakthrough came in 2012, when he debuted on WWE's main roster as part of The Shield, alongside Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose. The trio revolutionized WWE storytelling, bringing a tactical, brotherhood-driven energy that captivated fans. Roman's signature Superman punch and devastating spear became instant highlights, showcasing his power and precision. When the Shield eventually disbanded, Roman stepped into the singles spotlight, ready to prove himself as a solo force. While his early years as the big dog drew mixed reactions, he never wavered, steadily transforming into the confident, commanding performer fans now know as the Tribal Chief, a persona that embodies leadership, legacy, and cultural pride. The rise of the Tribal Chief era. When Roman Reigns reinvented himself as the Tribal Chief, he didn't just change his character, he changed professional wrestling. This evolution wasn't just about dominance, it was about storytelling, family, and identity. Supported by his special counsel, Paul Heyman, Roman's Tribal Chief persona redefined what it meant to be a modern-day champion. He merged real-life heritage with performance, representing the strength and unity of his Samoan lineage. His reign as the undisputed WWE Universal Champion became one of the longest and most celebrated in WWE history, marked by rivalries with legends like Brock Lesnar, John Cena, and Cody Rhodes. Each feud added depth to his story, cementing him as a performer who could blend power, psychology, and emotion seamlessly. The transformation also changed how fans perceived him. Once criticized as overexposed, Roman earned universal respect for his artistry, resilience, and ability to carry WWE through an evolving era. Behind the scenes, this transformation required not only creative courage, but personal conviction, as he channeled his family's values into every moment he delivered in the ring. Battling leukemia and overcoming adversity, Roman Reigns' most defining moment didn't come with a title win. It came when he laid down his championship to face a far greater fight. In October 2018, he announced live on television that he was battling leukemia, a form of blood cancer that had returned after more than a decade in remission. The announcement shocked the world. Fans who had seen him as an unstoppable force suddenly saw the man behind the character, vulnerable, human, and immensely courageous. Roman had first faced leukemia in 2007, before his wrestling career began, and though he had fought it into remission, its recurrence in 2018 forced him to step away from WWE to focus on his health. His openness and strength in confronting the illness turned him into a global inspiration. Months later, when he returned to WWE in early 2019, it was not just a comeback, it was a symbol of triumph over adversity. Today, Roman continues to manage his condition through regular monitoring and medication. He has spoken candidly about the importance of health and mental well-being, reminding fans that true strength comes from endurance, not invincibility. His courage in sharing his journey has helped countless others find hope in their own battles. Injuries, recovery, and evolution. Inside the ring, the physical toll of wrestling is immense, and Roman Reigns has endured more than his fair share of wear and tear. Years of intense performances have taken a toll on his knees, shoulders, and back, an inevitable price of maintaining elite-level conditioning in a contact-heavy sport. Over time, fans noticed subtle changes in his in-ring approach. He began focusing more on pacing, psychology, and presence rather than constant physical intensity. This shift wasn't due to decline, it was evolution. Roman adapted his style to preserve longevity, emphasizing storytelling over spectacle. Reports have occasionally suggested he deals with recurring muscle and joint discomfort, but through disciplined training, rest, and therapy, he's managed to maintain peak performance. His ability to adapt reflects maturity and awareness. He understands that greatness isn't about doing more, but about doing what matters most. Even when whispers of minor setbacks or fatigue surface, Roman's performances continue to exude authority and confidence, proving that his resilience extends far beyond the ring, balancing health, family, and professional demands. Beyond the spotlight, Roman Reigns is a devoted husband and father. Married to his college sweetheart, Galina Joelle Becker, he often speaks about how family keeps him grounded. During the COVID-19 pandemic, Roman made the difficult decision to step away from WWE programming to protect his health and his children. At a time when uncertainty loomed over the industry, his choice was met with understanding and admiration. It was a reminder that behind the aura of the Tribal Chief is a man who values his loved ones above all. In interviews, Roman has emphasized the importance of being present for his children's lives, despite his demanding career. Even as his schedule has grown more selective, he continues to balance his roles as performer, father, and husband with grace. His commitment to his family mirrors his strength in the ring, a quiet yet powerful expression of leadership and love. Financial realities and the pressure of success. As WWE's biggest global star, Roman Reigns occupies a unique space where fame, fortune, and responsibility intersect. He is one of WWE's highest-paid performers, earning millions annually through salary, merchandise, and endorsements. Yet with that success comes tremendous pressure, expectations from fans, management, and media to constantly perform at the highest level. The financial aspects of being WWE's top figure are complex, but Roman has always handled them with humility. He rarely addresses money matters publicly, preferring to focus on legacy over numbers. However, the weight of fame carries its own emotional cost. Constant travel, intense physical demands, and the never-ending spotlight can strain even the strongest individuals. Roman's ability to manage these pressures, balancing business obligations with personal priorities, shows a quiet discipline that defines his character. Rather than chase excess, he channels his success into stability, ensuring his family and future are secure. Current health status and workload management in 2025. By late 2025, Roman Reigns continues to perform at an elite level, though his schedule is more balanced and strategic. He now appears primarily at major premium live events and significant WWE storylines, allowing time for recovery and family life between appearances. This selective schedule, as WWE terms it, ensures that Roman can maintain both his physical and mental health. Insiders describe this as workload management, a practice that prioritizes long-term well-being over constant exposure. It's no secret that the physical intensity of wrestling can shorten careers, but Roman has defied those odds through smart conditioning, physical therapy, and adaptability. He continues to deal with occasional back and hip discomfort, common among veterans in the sport, but nothing severe enough to threaten his career. Fans admire this measured approach, viewing it as a sign of maturity rather than limitation. Roman has proven that pacing oneself isn't weakness, it's wisdom. His continued presence, even in a reduced capacity, keeps WWE's storytelling grounded in authenticity and star power. The psychological weight of being WWE's cornerstone few superstars in wrestling history have carried as much responsibility as Roman Reigns. For more than a decade, he has been the face of WWE, the man around whom the company builds its biggest stories and events. That kind of pressure can be both empowering and exhausting. In interviews, Roman has acknowledged that maintaining mental clarity is as important as physical conditioning. Constantly being in the public eye, dealing with fan expectations, and living up to his own high standards can take a toll. Yet he continues to handle it with poise and professionalism. Roman's mindset reflects that of a true leader, calm under pressure, focused on the bigger picture. He often credits his family and faith for helping him stay balanced amid the chaos of fame. In many ways, his greatest strength isn't just his power in the ring, but his ability to remain centered outside of it. Legacy, longevity, and the future ahead. At 40 years old, Roman Reigns stands as a generational figure in professional wrestling. He has achieved every major accolade the sport can offer. Multiple world championships, countless main events, and a transformative character arc that redefined WWE's modern era. But even as he continues to perform, he's conscious of the need to prepare for what comes next. Whether that means transitioning into a part-time role, taking on a mentorship position, or pursuing opportunities in entertainment and production, Roman's influence will remain vital. His journey from failed football dreams to global stardom embodies perseverance and purpose. As WWE evolves, Roman's legacy will endure not just through championships, but through the respect he commands across the industry. He is proof that true greatness is measured not by how loudly one dominates, but by how deeply one inspires. Conclusion: the man behind the myth. Roman Reigns' story transcends wrestling. It's a testament to human endurance, family, and faith. He has faced illness, injury, and immense expectation, yet continues to stand tall as a symbol of resilience. His journey reminds fans that strength is not the absence of struggle, but the courage to face it head-on. Behind the tribal chief's stoic presence is a man who has known pain, fought back from uncertainty, and emerged stronger each time. As he continues to shape WWE's legacy and inspire millions worldwide, Roman Reigns remains more than a champion. He is a beacon of perseverance, discipline, and grace. His story proves that even in a world built on spectacle, the most powerful thing a man can be is real.